We are at the corner of Davenport Road and Yonge Street. The time is 9:20. It's just gotten dark, and we are going to take a walk down Yonge Street and see what Canada's, or rather Toronto's main street is like after dark. So we are heading south on Yonge Street. You got the Toronto Islamic Center and Community Service across the street there. Center for Exploring Islam. Over here you got a condo with retail on the bottom. Right here you got a cool new condo going up, 1 Yorkville Avenue. I think it's a 50-story building. So if you go down here, you are heading towards Yorkville. Well, you're in Yorkville actually. And right on this side of the street you have the Toronto Reference Library, which is of course the biggest library in Toronto, public library. They have a lot of cool features in there. Magazines from all over the world, TV shows from all over the world, newscasts. You can also do free searches on there for Ancestry.ca. Check out your information about your ancestors. Do your family tree. So we are coming up to Bloor Street, which is really the main intersection in Toronto because it's where the two subway lines cross. You have a 24-hour Tim Hortons. You also got right beside a Starbucks. I see they fixed the clock. It's actually telling the time. 25 after 9 p.m. I'm filming this in the middle of July. It's a beautiful day. It's not too hot, or rather beautiful night. It's not too hot, not too cold. The temperature during the day was about 28 degrees, so it was fairly hot, but now it's cooled down, so it's probably like 20, 21. Okay, we are at Yonge and Bloor Streets, and there's construction going on here because they are building the tallest tower in Toronto. It's going to be a hotel and condo and retail. So let's walk on the other side. It's more interesting.
Elephants.
Check out this art piece here. As a matter of fact, check out the condo. This is all, oh, you can't really see it too well here. It's a very cool new condo. 1 Bloor Street East. You got a Nordstrom rack here. Discount shopping. Bloor Street is the luxury shopping street in Toronto. And Nordstrom's is a high-end store. But Nordstrom Rack is their like discount department store. This area is known for its Asian food. There's a lot of different Asian restaurants here. As you can see, you got pulled noodles, you have sushi burrito, you have Korean grill house. And over here you have the Korean H Mart food store. And over here you have the infamous strip club, Brass Rail. A lot of athletes go there when they're in Toronto. Vietnamese food, ginger. Got another Asian place here. Afghan street food, Korean and Japanese cuisine. Another Asian place there, you walk. South Korea, or Miss Korea, another Korean restaurant. And then you got McDonald's to round it all out. Tika Tea House for Asian teas. All condos down this street. New condos. You got a imported British chocolate store. All good stuff. Got a live theater here. It's a Mervish theater. Indian cuisine, dumplings, Asian food. You got a new Popeyes that just opened. Louisiana Kitchen. Across the street, you got a new Asian fried chicken place. Really, Yonge Street has become a restaurant destination. There's not all that much shopping left, it's mostly restaurants. "24-hour Reba," and frequently on these little side streets you got nice little outdoor patios and cafes and bars, restaurants. You got another one there, another cafe. Reba is a 24-hour food store. Here's a ramen place. So you got a huge choice when it comes to Asian foods here on Yonge Street. And from what I hear, they're all pretty good. There's another place there, the Boiler. The Boil Bar, rather. It's where you cook your own food in hot broth. Happy Lemon.
Confidence?
Yeah.
Butter chicken roti, cocoa fresh tea and juice. Lots of good choices here.
Why did you ask? Because you asked.
好好吃炸鸡，炸鸡，炸鸡，炸鸡，炸鸡。里面有，里面有。
Over here you got a new condo going up. It's going to be about 45 stories, I think. Still a lot of people out on Yonge Street tonight. I figure it's better to walk on this side since the other side, the whole block is construction. Fat bastard burrito. Eat big or go home. Another cool building over here. A new condo. I don't know if you could see all that well, the squiggly balconies on that. And it's a cool feature, a unique feature. The stores on Yonge Street generally close around 9, 10 o'clock at night. And the restaurants, I think around 10 o'clock also, but there's some that stay open till midnight. There's some that stay open till 3, 4 in the morning. And then there's a few 24-hour places also on Yonge Street. Holy chuck. Here you got a New York place that came, the Halal Guys. It's a famous New York Middle Eastern kind of food that came here about a year ago. Tokyo Grill and Bar, Thai Fantasy. This place here is good, not just noodles. The prices are cheap and the food is good too, and big portions. Who doesn't like good and cheap, right? Okay, we're on Wellesley Street now. You got another cool curvy condo under construction here. It's going to be 60 stories tall. Wellesley on, Wellesley on the Park, I think it's called. If you head a block down that way, you're in Toronto's Gay Village. Well, actually now you're in Toronto's Gay Village. Got another Tim Hortons over here. As you can see, Yonge Street's covered with Tim Hortons and McDonald's. There's more McDonald's when you head down. You got another Korean supermarket here. Galleria. Kitchen Express. Leading Asian grocer. Kamichi. You can get cooked food in there, so. 24-hour McDonald's. Net Connection open 24 hours. There's a porno store on Yonge Street, Adult Mart. I thought those went out of business a long time ago, but obviously they're still around. Church's Chicken. Toronto Tees. More condos going up. Another 40, 50-story condo. St. Louis, wings and ribs.
I'll tell you.
Another Asian place. For wing chicken. An Asian chicken place. Check out the crates. Parisian. Parisian cuisine. Asian dessert place. Psychic reader. And you got the A&W, which is open 24 hours for those late nights.
I show up and I just saw him right in the draw before he even dropped at his club. I jumped the gun so hard.
New condos going up here, although they're saving the historic St. Charles Tower. So let's cross the street over here.
So I ducked over. So then he starts talking and I turned over. It was so funny. The next game.
Walk on the east side of the street for a bit. You got a Wendy's. It's open late. It's open until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I believe. Right there. You got Sushi Sky across the street there, followed by the Captain's Boil. That's another place where you cook your own food and broth. Then you got South Village Taipei beef noodles, Black Ball dessert, and a McDonald's. This McDonald's is 24 hours. Over here you got another new condo. You can see it goes way up. And another one straight ahead. They're both about 70, 80 stories tall. Yonge Street over the last 5 years has become condo central. Condos are going up all along Yonge Street, and that's probably because Toronto's main subway line runs along Yonge Street. Yonge Street is the main street of the city. So it makes sense that a lot of people want to live right on the subway line. And also right where the action is, right? There's always a lot of people walking around. Here you got a Shoppers Drug Mart that's open 24 hours. So anytime you need your junk, they got food and all kinds of stuff. You got a Jamaican restaurant there, Ritz, Caribbean food. Very good, Starbucks. Beef rotis, that's what it is. That's what I get there. Beef rotis, they're really good. And they're under $10 too. You got a College Park Shopping Center, an office tower, and rental apartments. You got a Fran's restaurant on the corner, just past the corner there. That's 24 hours. 7-Eleven is always 24 hours too. Tim Hortons on the corner, but they close I think at 11. We are on Carlton Street right now. This is always a busy street. Probably because there's lots of all the 24-hour things are right around here. Like I said, there's a shopping mall inside College Park. You go downstairs, they got a food store there. I think they have a 24-hour grocery store in there too. Chat Time Cafe. Lebanese food. Lebanon Express. You got the Carla, that's a very fancy theater and event space. Very posh. Frozen yogurt. You got a marijuana store, Canna Cabana, opening up soon. Popeye's Chicken. Pizza, model pizza. Gift store, souvenir store too. Burrito, fresh Mexican grill. You really do got a good choice of different kinds of food. But your best options here are definitely Asian. There's way more Asian things. You got a brand new park. Well, it's not brand new. Newly renovated. College Park. Across the street there. Here you go, Barbara Hall, College Park. It's a nice place. People are enjoying it. Over here you got the shops at Aura, and the strange thing about this place is that they have this underground section with a whole bunch of tiny little stores. And it's like basically a ghost town. Almost nobody goes there. Half the stores are empty. It's not doing well at all. Just have a tiny little look. I'll show you quite quickly how weird this place is. I haven't been in here for a while, so. See? For lease. For lease. All these empty stores for lease, for lease. It's like a huge maze. Weird. And like I said, it's deserted. Got a few offices. But look at this, most of these places are all empty. Empty, 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 like 10 in a row. Yikes. These were sold as condos. Oh, it's for sale. $200,000. You want to buy this space for $200,000? This tiny little box. These were sold as condos, and foreign investors bought them all. And now they can't sell them, they can't even give them away, they can't rent them. They just sit there empty. And look at how cheaply made this mall is. If this is like the cheapest mall I've seen in the city of Toronto, like for a brand new mall. This is a fairly new building. It's been like this for I think a year and a half now. These have been here and they still have not been able to rent them out, most of them. They just sit empty. So. I did a video on this. It's in my Ghetto Mall series. So if you want to check out shops at Aura, you can check it out during the day, what it's like. And the pathetic food court. They had like 3 restaurants that opened. I think 2 of them have gone bankrupt, so there's only 1 left in the food court. And they put all banks outside here, which is really a bad thing to do if you want to make an animated downtown district. You don't put banks. The banks should have went underground, filled up the basement, or else they have 2 more floors upstairs. They have a Bed Bath & Beyond, and they have a Marshall store in here. And those are still in business, so those are obviously doing pretty good. And they got a strip right along here of bars and restaurants. Here's a wine bar. And they have 2 other restaurant bars lined up, and those I think do pretty well. As you can see, they have outdoor patios and people like this kind of stuff. Yeah, so that does pretty well. Now, one interesting thing is Madonna had a workout club in that building called Hard Candy, and that went out of business in about a year. Okay, we are at Gerard Street. So this is where Yonge Street becomes a lot more animated, a lot more crowded. This is like the main strip. Or as they call it, this is the main part of the Yonge Street strip. More Asian chicken places. Cafe, bakery, and Thai. And Taiwanese grilled fried chicken, chicken shawarma, mix of everything. A huge hotel right there. Another huge condo is going up across the street. It's going to be like 80 stories tall. Coming up on one side there, you have the infamous Zanzibar Tavern, one of the few strip clubs still left on Yonge Street. And this side of the street, you got a 24-hour McDonald's. Another McDonald's. This is a very busy McDonald's.
Now you know why
wrap. You have an Indian buffet over there. You got a Middle Eastern place. You have the strip club, another Middle Eastern place, Alibaba's. And you got ginger, Vietnamese food. And lots and lots of people. This is, I think, Elizabeth Street. This is a place for really nice restaurants. This is another strip of fancy kinds of places. Pizza's a mainstay, open till usually 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's pretty cheap too. Okay, let's cross the street here. Whoops. Can we cross? Oh no, we got to cross at the corner. So we're coming close to Dundas, where Dundas Square is located. That's like the main hub of Toronto. You got another Asian grocery store here. It's Korean actually. Korean corn dogs. It's always busy, these places. You got a bar. Very busy student place. Also $5.95. Can't beat that. And it's right across the road from Ryerson. That's the Ryerson Student Center. So no wonder that place does well. You got the students from Ryerson coming there. 24 hours 7-Eleven. You can see things are getting really busy here. People hanging out on the Ryerson steps. Ryerson Learning Center. Check this out. It's 10 after 10, and as you can see, the streets are bustling, full of people. After New York City, I would say Toronto is second in line for having a 24-hour city where the city never sleeps. There you got 7-Eleven. Here you got a brand new food destination. All these new food trucks. All food from around the world. You got everything here. You got Arabic food. You have crepes. You have Indian food. You have Mexican food, Middle Eastern food, corn dogs, a shisha lounge, and you see, you got a little bit of everything. Philly cheesesteaks. Food, 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 and more food. Five Guys Burgers. As you can see, Yonge Street is really a food destination. Well, here's where the shopping starts actually, because you have a shopping mall here, and then across the street you got the Eaton Center, and then this is a shopping mall here. So for like clothing and stuff, you would go inside the shopping malls. Here's a Chipotle, sushi burrito. This is another crazy busy intersection in Toronto, Yonge and Dundas. And that I would imagine it's because of the Eaton Center. The Eaton Center is the busiest mall in North America. It has something like 40 to 50 million people a year that pass through that mall. You got a subway connection, 2 subway stops actually. That's how big the mall is. And as you can see, there's some kind of event going on at Dundas Square. There usually is, so that also brings up crowds of people. Over here you got Jack Astor's, a bar. You have Dollarama, cheapy store. Milestones, another bar. You also have a movie cinema inside here. And a couple of stores. There's a Winners store in there. H&M. Let's see what's going on in this birthday. Oh, Middle Eastern. Taste of the Middle East. Speaking of food, so you're going to get all kinds of Persian food here, I would imagine.
Do we have Patty's parents?
Lots of chicken shawarmas.
Okay. Thank you for your help. Dundas Square. All the way from Montreal. All the way from Montreal.
So there is a stage, there's a lot of entertainment.
Of drums. Fatty, get on, dude, make some noise. Let's hear it, Dundas Square.
We want to see everybody's hands in the air. If you're proud to be from the Middle East, if you're proud to be from Canada, if you're proud to be here in Torontopia, we want to see everybody.
Nordstrom's over there. It's a big one too. And here you got a bar restaurant, Three Sisters I think it's called. And you got Popeyes. Ed Mervis Theatre, which is one of the biggest theaters in Toronto. Very nice inside too. Tim Hortons. Here's a good place for Middle Eastern food. Chicken shawarmas. It's quite a busy place too. Summer in Toronto, the streets are packed till late at night. Lots of tourists, lots of people out. Burger King. I think that's the only Burger King on Yonge Street. Stag Shop. Adult store. Urban Outfitters had a big store. The Eaton Center, still there. Goes all the way down to Queen Street, so one full major city block. New condo right there. Another Ritz Caribbean food. Good for rotis. We got a bar here on Yonge Street, the Firkin, British pub. Check out this condo tower. Up ahead you have the Elgin Winter Garden Theaters, two major theaters owned by the Ontario government. And they are very nice theaters. They're historic and they have a beautiful design. One has 1,000 seats, the other has, I think, 2,200 seats. So they're major theaters. Let me see if you can see a little bit inside the design. I'm not sure if you can see that, but everything is gilded and looking fancy. Coming away, or sorry, come from away. Okay, we are almost at Queen Street now. Things quiet down from here on in. This is where the financial district starts. You got Saks Fifth Avenue right there. And beside that you got the Hudson Bay Center. Or not, the Hudson Bay store rather. Which is one of the most iconic stores in Toronto and Canada. Hundreds of years old. Check out the condo. Here's the financial district. Basically it's west of Yonge Street. Although there are office towers that go east of Yonge Street, but the main core is west of Yonge Street. Another Tim Hortons, it's already closed. Closes 9 o'clock. Wow, that's early. Yeah, this is open. Yeah, A&W's open. A&W's open late. Some are 24 hours, so. You got 24-hour fitness across the street, Good Life Fitness across the street. If you need to work out 24 hours a day. And here you got some really nice cafes. It's closed now. You got a nice restaurant across the street. Might be closed too, because these are for the business crowd. Although across the street you got 24-hour McDonald's. You got a Subway, Mama's Pizza, but they aren't 24 hours. It's the McDonald's is 24 hours. This here is a private cafe. You can't go there unless you're a client of this financial institute. What the hell's going on? Oh, there's a movie being made.
I can run.
Sorry, temperance. Temperance.
Yes, sir.
You got a large bar over here that specializes in their varieties of beer. Craft beer market. Still open. Alright, you can see inside here. Now we're at King Street. It's another busy intersection, but mostly during the day because it's, you know, all the business people take the LRT home. Got a hotel on the, you got a Starbucks on that corner, you got a hotel on this corner, and you have a Shoppers Drug Mart over here. As well as a beautiful historic hotel just a block down. King Edward Hotel. This is actually quite nice inside too. It's a historic building. I don't know if you can see inside the windows there, but it's a very elaborate designed hall. Here you got Hotel Victoria, another historic hotel. Although I don't think that's a high-end one, I think that's a fairly low-end hotel. Subway sandwiches. You got some nice historic buildings around here. They're all bars and restaurants too. Here you have a, I forget the name of the place now. Oh, it's Irish Embassy. Yeah, it's an Irish pub. Across the street there there's a beautiful arcade, glass arcade. That's all restaurants here. Marché Movenpick. And over here, none other than Drake's restaurant bar, Pig Sticks. That was Drake's Sports Bar, kind of an upscale sports bar. You got another Tim Hortons right here. You also have the Hockey Hall of Fame on the corner. And you got another upscale, fancy kind of bar patio place here. Now we are at Front Street, which means we are getting close to the end of Yonge Street. It's only a few streets down and you're at the waterfront. Lake Ontario. Okay, now we're at the largest theatre in Toronto, Sony Centre for the Performing Arts, originally called the O'Keefe Centre. It's a huge theatre, over 3,000 seats. There you got St. Lawrence neighborhood. St. Lawrence Market is that way. The rail station, Union Station, is this way. Right there you got the Hockey Hall of Fame. And you got all the office towers in the financial district, CN Tower. So you got all the tourism destinations over there. The aquarium, railway museum. It is 11:15 now, and as you can see, the streets are still pretty busy with people. People are still out doing their thing. That's one thing that I like about Toronto, is the fact that people aren't afraid of crime, and so people tend to stay out late, walk around. As you can see, the whole of Yonge Street had people walking around. And when I go to visit American cities, people go in early because they're afraid of crime. So even in places like Chicago or Los Angeles, you don't see people, or even San Francisco, you don't see a lot of people walking around at night. Usually after the sun goes down, the streets are pretty empty, except for maybe homeless people. But Toronto is one of those cities, unfortunately, that even late at night, there's still a lot of people walking around. Windy. New towers are going up. It is windy. Man, the rain's really coming down. Okay, we are just about at the end of Yonge Street, so I should end this video now. Get a shot of the CN Tower. It's called South Core, that neighborhood. CIBC Center. And that's Yonge Street right there. Everybody's running for cover. I think this is one of those storms where it comes down really hard and then it stops fast. Today has been a fantastic day. The weather has been perfect. Okay.